All right. Hello. Back again for another week. I think last week was Halloween. I can't remember. Yes, last week was Halloween. And I neglected to say that, the next day would be November 1st, and also the first day of NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. November is National Novel Writing Month. And as I said before, I'm working on the second and third book in my fantasy series. So, what I'm working on for National Novel Writing Month is I'm working on revising those books. So, this is the second book, Legacy of the Lost. So I have a paper copy that I'm doing paper edits on. And when I finish with that, then I will work on the third novel, which is A Tale Through Time. And so I will be, this is what I'm going to be working on for the next month. Well, I'll be working on it for longer than a month, but every single day this month, I am going to be going through trying to get as many pages done each day and revising this novel so I can have a second draft done of both, trying to get a second draft done of both novels as soon as possible so I can get these books out as soon as possible. So that's what I'm going to be doing for National Novel Writing Month, is revising my books. So that's what I am working on. And I don't know how many of you are writers out there. If you're writing, let me know what you're working on. If you're going to be working on anything, if you plan on working on anything, what you're going to be doing. Also, the very next thing I'm going to do is we're going to talk about Spider-Man. Here we go. Okay. So, Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse adds Daniel Kaluuya as Spider-Punk. So the actor joined Shameik Moore and Haley Steinfeld in the sequel to Enter the Spiderverse. I'm not going to read this whole article, but just basically Daniel Kaluuya is swinging into the Spider-Verse. The actor last seen having a close encounter in Jordan Peele's Nope has joined the voice cast of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the sequel to the Oscar-winning animated film Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, sorry. My computer is acting up on me. Justin K. Thompson, Joaquin Dos Santos, and Kent Powers are directing the feature. Oh, 3 directors, which is set to hit the theaters on June 2nd, 2023. Avi Arad, Amy Pascal, Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and Christina Steinberg are producing. So next summer, which means most of this has to be done. Most of this is done. If it's hitting theaters next summer, most of this is done. Yes, plot details are being kept secret, and I really don't want to know the plot details before I see the movie. So, but yeah, the film's cast also includes returning actors Oscar Isaac, Brian Tyree Henry, Luna Lauren Belize, Greta Lee, Issa Rae, Rachel Dratch, Joma Tacone, Shea Wingham, and Jason Schwartzman are among the newcomers. Lord and Miller will be credited as writers on the film along with David Callahan. Into the Spiderverse directors Peter Ramsey and Bob Paraschetti are acting as executive producers alongside Aditya Sood. Across the Spiderverse is the second of a planned trilogy, with the third installment, Spider-Man Beyond the Spiderverse, set to be released March 29th, 2024. Wow. Just so they're doing back-to-back films. Kaluuya won the Oscar for the Best Supporting Actor for his work in Judas and the Black Messiah and was nominated for his breakout performance in Peele's Get Out. He won the Best. I guess I should have watched the Oscars. I didn't know he won Best Oscar for Judas and the Black Messiah. I actually watched Judas and the Black Messiah, and I thought that, that film deserved some Oscar nominations. I did not know he actually won for it, so kudos for that. But yeah, so June of 2023 followed by March 29th of 2024. That's back-to-back releases, which means they're very much working on the third movie right now as well, in order for it to come out in 2024. Wow. This is exciting news. Exciting news. And I can't wait. As I had said before, one of my videos, Into the Spiderverse was one of my favorite comic book films. Even though it was, it's animated, but it's still one of the best out there. I really liked it, and I've been waiting for this sequel. So I can't wait till it comes out. Can't wait for both the sequel and the third film. That's going to be exciting for them to come out back to back like that. I'm kind of glad that they're doing it that way. Kind of like what I want to do with my books, trying to get them out back to back like that. Okay, so next. Okay, so this is the next thing I want to talk about. Isn't exactly new news, but I just found out about this myself. It's about Westworld. Where is that? I just found out that Westworld has been canceled, people. HBO canceled Westworld, and what's crazy is I believe they only had one more season to go. I'm pretty sure there was only one more season to go. So HBO cancels Westworld in shock decision. The acclaimed sci-fi drama is considered finished after its recent fourth season, despite creators hoping for a fifth season to wrap things up. Yes, it was supposed to be the fifth and final season, which is crazy. HBO has switched off Westworld. The network has decided to cancel the sci-fi drama after its recent fourth season. It's an unexpected fate for a series that was once considered one of HBO's biggest tentpoles, an acclaimed mystery box drama that racked up 54 Emmy nominations, including a supporting actress win for Thandaway Newton. Last month, co-creator Jonathan Nolan said in an interview that he hoped HBO would give the series a fifth season to wrap up the show's ambitious story, which has chronicled a robot uprising that changed the fate of humanity. We always plan for a fifth and final season, Nolan said. We are still in conversations with the network. We very much hope to make them. Co-creator Lisa Joy likewise said the series has always been working toward a specific ending. Jonah and I have always had an ending in mind that we hope to reach. We have not quite reached it yet. Yet linear ratings for the pricey series fell off sharply for its third season and then dropped even further for season 4. Westworld's critic average on Rotten Tomatoes likewise declined from the mid-80s for its first 2 seasons to the mid-70s for the latter 2. Fans increasingly griped that the show had become confusing and tangled in its mythology and lacked characters to root for. Looming over all of this is the fact Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav has pledged aggressive cost cutting, though network insiders maintain that saving money was not a factor in the show's cancellation. Still, HBO and increasingly other cable networks and streamers typically like to give major series creators time to craft an ending for serialized shows, as it keeps the subscribers from getting upset. See the years-long fandom outrage after Deadwood was axed. Plus, a show that can tout a beginning, middle, and end arguably increases its perceived value as a streaming and home video product compared to a title that feels unfinished. The 4th season of Westworld wasn't entirely a cliffhanger. However, its final moments could be said to be rather ambiguous, as discussed in our post-season interview with Joy, where THR associate editor Abby White pointed out it felt like the show could have ended there. Here's HBO's statement. I am going to skip over that. I'm going to skip over the statements. HBO still has several tentpole dramas, including the newly launched House of the Dragon, along with Succession, The White Lotus, and Euphoria, plus the upcoming zombie apocalypse thriller, The Last of Us, that people seem to be looking forward to. Also, just like the show's frequently resurrected androids, it would be foolish to assume there will never be any more Westworld ever. If Deadwood can get a movie 12 years after the series finished, it's always possible Westworld could likewise be well rebooted. They could at least give them a movie to wrap things up, because it was unfinished. It was unfinished. I don't need to see an entire season. I don't need to see an entire season, but I would like to see, a nice movie wrap up would be nice. It would be nice. I can't believe they canceled Westworld. But at the same time, I'm not surprised with David Zaslav canceling everything and just getting rid. He is definitely killing all the darlings of HBO. So Westworld's, with their ratings dropping off like that, they had the target on their back. So the writing was on the wall. Writing was on the wall for them. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's going to be super, super sad. So finally, okay, so I caught up with Andor. I watched the last 2 episodes 8 and 9 together. They sort of blended together with me because, Cassian was in prison. I really hate when main characters go to prison. It just really yucks my yum. I really hate it. Especially because This dude is on the run for murdering two security guards or whatnot. And he goes to prison for absolutely nothing. He goes to prison for 6 years for looking at somebody wrong. And it's the most frustrating thing ever. I just, I can't with his reason for being in jail. So the last two episodes, and then his name just all of a sudden just being just on the lips of everyone all around the galaxy, like he's just this dangerous dude. He killed two security guards. Why is everyone saying his name like he's this dangerous dude? Like, he killed two security guards. Why is the galaxy's version of the CIA, why are they even talking about him? That's like the CIA talking about some, it's he's not that important. He really shouldn't rank high enough to be on their radar. But now all of a sudden he is. It's just, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Then you have what's that woman's name? Martha. I knew that girl was her sister. I knew it once the girl was talking about, oh, maybe I'm a rich girl running away from my family, and I was like, she's my Martha sister. And sure enough, she went home and was her sister. And, the rich girl's doing something important, fighting for the rebellion. But my goodness, my Martha's life is horrible. Her husband and her daughter are horrible. Like, how is she married to somebody that she can't stand and raising a daughter, and like she's basically allowing her husband. It's what is that? The alien? What is that? What do they call that? The alienation of affection? No, that's for spouses. Oh my goodness, parental alienation. It's parental alienation, but she has that going on in her own house. The husband is turning her daughter, basically turned the daughter against her. My father lets me do whatever I want. Oh my goodness, I can't stand her daughter. I don't know. I low key kind of hope she dies. It's just, oh, she gets on my nerves. It will make her life so much easier. So much easier if her daughter is not a part of the equation anymore, because she would just become a complication. She would just be another complication. Forget the husband. She can deal without the husband, but that daughter something needs to happen to the daughter, because she's an unneeded complication unless she wakes up. But she's not going to wake up because she's a stupid child. I really don't like her daughter. There's just so much. There's just so much going on, and the Empire. Like, I get that the Empire is all powerful, but I feel like they know way too much. Their reach is just too all encompassing. They're knowing too much. They're it's because we're talking about an entire universe. Nobody can know everything that's going on in an entire universe. That's just impossible. It's impossible. They know too much. It's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. Um, I don't believe that it's realistic for them to know as much as they know, especially about Cassian Andor, about all of his friends and all of the rebellion. They know entirely too much about little pockets of people and little offshoots of the universe. They know way too much. So that's how I feel about Andor. I'm guessing the next episode is going to be the last, and there's going to be some big prison break. I'm guessing because it's episode 10, and I really don't see this going past 10 episodes. So we'll see what happens. We got Gollum. So Gollum was keeping his head down, like, I got 217 more shifts, and then I'm out of here. I'm not part of your plan. Don't talk to me about your plan. Keep me out of your plan. I ain't got nothing to say to you about your plan. Then he heard about what happened on level 2, and then all of a sudden he was like, there are 12 guards on every level. It was done. That was hilarious. That's all he needed to hear. It's like big prison break. So we'll see if they're gonna pull it off. It seems like it's the way they make it seem. It seems like Cassian and his cronies have been planning it for quite some time. So now that they have the big boss's input with all of his knowledge, they have a better chance. And I think they'll probably bring more people into it. The more people they bring into it, the better chances that they have. And Andor, yes, I'm talking about the prison break that's going to happen next episode. Is that good or bad? Because I'm at the position where I didn't like the fact that he was in jail for the last 2 episodes. I hate when my main characters go to prison. I don't like prison. It can't, if the 10th episode is the last episode, it can't end well. It can't possibly end well. The Empire knows entirely too much. They know too much. I'm like, the universe is too large for them to know as much information that they know. And they know all this information about Cassian, about the rebellion, about all these different people. They know too much. The ISB is too small of an organization for them to know all the shit that they know. But yet they know all the stuff that they know. And so then you have, Cassian and his prison break, and then you have Mon Mothma trying to move around her money, and then you have her husband who is not trustworthy. Something bad is going to happen. He went to jail. I hate the way he went to jail. I hate the way he went to jail for nothing. I hated it. I hated it. I don't know if next episode is the last episode. I don't know. But I have yet to see these streaming shows go past 10. They may go past 10. They may. They may go to 13. I don't know. I'm just assuming it's the next episode. I could be wrong. I'm just guessing. I don't know if it's the last episode. I'm just guessing it's the last episode. But if it's not but the thing about it is there's so much going on that it's very possible it's not the last episode because it's so much going on. It's a lot that would have to wrap up if it is the last episode. It would have to be a very long episode. Ah, 14. No, you're probably right because I didn't even look into it. No, you're probably right. 14 feels more right than 10 because this doesn't feel I just assumed that 10 was the last episode, but this doesn't feel like the end because there's too much going on and not enough there. It doesn't feel like the end. It feels like there's too much out there in the atmosphere for it to it doesn't feel like a wrap up. There's not enough. there's there's too much out there, and next episode will not be enough time to wrap it all up because you have the girls looking for Cassian. Cassian needs to break out of prison. The Empire is getting close to figuring out who, the I forget his name, but the dude in the shop, the dude who hired Cassian, and they just tortured Bix. Then there's Mon Mothma. There's just a whole lot of stuff going on and a whole lot of loose ends. And next episode is just not enough time to wrap it all up. Yeah. Yeah, it's not enough time. It's too many loose ends to be able to wrap it all up in one episode. So I don't think next episode is the last episode. If you say it's going to be 14, most likely it's going to be 14. So so this is crazy. My favorite character outside of Cassian. I don't know. I don't know. Favorite character outside of Cassian. I mean, Cassian's okay. I guess. I mean, we hardly see her, but probably Bix, but we don't hardly see her. So, yeah, it's just, yeah, probably her. If we saw more of her, she would probably be a stronger character. But is there are only certain characters we see a lot of. Cassian is like the main character you see all the time. So he's okay. um, the next character, probably after Bix, would be the guy who, and I can't even think of his name, but the guy who hired Cassian, even though he's gonna try to have Cassian killed. For some reason, I don't think that's going to. I think I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I don't think that's going to follow through. I don't think they're going to kill him, or I don't think they're going to follow through with trying to kill him. I think somehow they're going to fold him. They're going to actually fold him into the actual rebellion somehow. It's I don't know. This is how I feel because the show is called Andor. I don't know if this is a limited series or if this is going to be multiple seasons, but I don't know. Something about it just I don't feel like they are going to continue to try to kill this man. I don't think so. Oh, the blonde chick, I hate her. I hate her. Oh yes, the antique dealer. The reason why he wants Cassian dead is because Cassian is the only person outside of their little clique who can connect him to the rebellion. So he's living a double life. So only like Mon Mothma and Mon Mothma's sister can connect the antique dealer to the rebellion. They're like the only two people who can, like them and his assistant. Three. So three people. Mon Mothma, her sister, and the assistant can connect him to the rebellion. You know, but because he met him and he doesn't really know him, like he knows him, but he's not like he just basically used him as a pawn. He wanted to use him to get this work done, and now that he's through with him, he's like, okay, he's a loose end now. So now he has to die. He got what he wanted from him, and now he has to die. So now they have to kill him because he connect him. So he's kind of dangerous because they don't know if he may actually, because like if the Empire catches him, the Empire can torture him and then connect the antique dealer to the rebellion, and then his life is blown up. Yeah. Is that his wife or just his assistant? I don't know. I don't know what she is. I feel like that's just her assistant. It's just his assistant. But 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 yeah, she she's definitely, I mean, anybody would, the way that they showed how that torture device worked on, on Bix. I think anybody would fold if they put that device on them. Um so they showed that anybody's vulnerable. All they have to do is get to the right person and boom, boom. Yeah, yeah. Anyone, as long as they get to the right person, they're vulnerable. So, so yeah. So with Andor, it's with that I don't know. It's I don't know what the next episode is going to be like. I look forward to him getting out of prison though. And I wonder if his money is still going to be there once he gets out and goes back to get his money. I wonder if it's still going to be there because he had it hidden. So he had it hidden in the shower. So I wonder if it's still going to be in the shower. Because like I think about those things. Is his money still going to be in the shower once he gets out of prison? He's been there for a minute. So is it, or has somebody found his money? So that's the main thing I'm thinking about. Can he get to his money? Can he get off planet? Yes, I saw the Star Wars Rogue One movie in the theaters, and I have not seen it. I saw it in the theaters, and I have not watched it again since. I found it kind of boring. But I did see that they brought in what's his name? Forrest Whitaker, the character. He was in Rogue One. Yeah, so I saw that they brought in that character. So they're tying in those characters. Yeah, I did see that. The best part of that movie was the end with Darth Vader when he was in the ship and it was all dark, and then his lightsaber lit up. All you saw was his. It was just dark, and all you saw was his lightsaber, and he just started fighting. That was the best part of that movie. It was awesome. That was the best part of that movie. I love that part. Everything else was kind of boring to me. I went with my sister. She fell asleep. uh, oh, you didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. It came out in between. It came out in between A Force Awakens and the second Star Wars movie that I can't remember the name of. So a Force it was out between the Force Awakens and the second Star Wars movie, or I should say, A Force Awakens was 7, so it came out between 7 and 8. Um, between those two movies. So that's when we went to go see it. So it's came out eons ago. Yeah. uh, I look, depending on how stressful the prison break scene is, I may be seen skipping it. I may be, but it really depends on how long. It's like they like to add suspense and make things long and extend it and just have everything take way too long. And I'm just like, no, I don't have time for all that. So it depends on if it takes too long. If it takes too long, then I'm gonna be seen skipping. I can't promise. I cannot promise. If they do it, if it's nice and concise, if it's nice and concise, then I won't skip. I will watch it. But we'll see. We'll see. It looks like the way that the way that things are set up, it looks like it's gonna have to happen quickly. The only way it's going to be long and drawn out is if things go wrong. But because of you have the way those floors are set up, everything is gonna have to move quickly. Everything is gonna have to move quickly. Everything is gonna have to be boom, boom, boom in order for them to get out. So I don't foresee me having to have a reason to scene skip the prison scene because of the way the prison is set up. Now, if they give me a reason to scene skip, if for some reason, even with the way it's set up, they still prolong that prison break, I may have to forward through it, but I don't foresee me having to do that. Okay. Okay. I will try my best to sit through and watch all of the details of the torturously long prison break scenes, if that's what happens. Okay, okay. So, um, as far as I think that's all for Andor, because I can't think of anything else that's going to be going on. You have Mon Mothma. She's going to be meeting some gangster, so she can move her money. There's that, and then there's yeah. So and then yeah, there's my Martha meeting some gangster, but other than that, I can't think of anything else that's going to be happening. But I will talk to you guys later, and I will see you next week. Bye.